package from Buyee that I'm going to be unboxing. I'll admit this was kind of an impulsive order at Buyee that I started because I found something on Mercari Japan that I had been kind of looking for, and I was planning on buying it when it became available or when I found a listing for it. So when I saw it, I just right away wanted to get it, even though I was trying to hold out until June or July to make my next order from Japan. But then because I started that order, I then just kept adding to it, and now I have this big box to open today. I'm really curious though how everything is going to be packed inside, because for what I ordered, this box is pretty huge. Also, the costs for shipping were kind of expensive for this order. Like, this box isn't that heavy, but the shipping costs for this package was over double what my last 3 Buyee orders have been for shipping. So I'm not really sure what happened or what made it so expensive, but I'm just going to get into it and kind of see how everything is packed. But I am really excited about the things that I ordered. Okay, so as you can see, it's packaged really well. I didn't get any protective packaging, but it came with this much. But this is kind of what I was thinking might be the case, that some of the things I ordered were sent in bigger boxes that were then just put in this box, when likely inside of these boxes are just like 1 or 2 small items. So, oh well, it is what it is, but I'll get these all open now and go through everything. So it really was just these 4 boxes and then a couple envelopes, but okay. Like, look at this. Okay, so I got everything all opened up, and I guess I'll start with the item that I was most excited about getting, and then an item that is kind of random and is not related to manga and anime, and then I'll get into all of these books. So the item that I really wanted to get and I was keeping an eye out for was this acrylic charm from Love of Kill, and it's a ringha, and he's holding a little plushie of Chateau, and it's adorable. I'll put an image up on the screen of this kind of line of acrylic charms, and I believe they did buttons as well. But there were 3 different sets. There was a set of Chateau and ringha holding fish, a set of them holding guns, and then a set of them each holding a doll of the other. So his is holding her, and her little face is just like exactly what she always looks like. But he's so happy to have it. And then the one of Chateau, I actually would like to have that one as well, because her little ringha plushie is so cute, and he has a little peace sign that he's throwing up. So I'm not really a collector of acrylic charms and just like acrylic standees in general, but this was just the cutest thing. And since I saw this little line of illustrations, I just really wanted to have it. So Rangha is my favorite manga anime character, and I really like this series, Love of Kill. So also the series did just end. The main story ended in Japan at 13 volumes, but they are going to be doing some side story chapters, so I'm really looking forward to that. I've been thinking that since the main story ended, there isn't going to be a lot of new merch, and any existing merch is just going to get harder and harder to get a hold of. So that's why when I saw this one, I just had to hurry and get it. But then because I then had an order open, I also got this print, also from Love of Kill. I do have the magazine that has this illustration on the cover, but I do have a little collection of prints, so I wanted to just throw this in the cart as well because it was only like 300 yen. So I got it as well, and unfortunately, I can tell like from the way that it's bending and the type of paper and that it's glossy, this is not one of the official prints. It looks like someone printed it on photo paper, so that's kind of disappointing, and it's smaller than the size of the other prints that are like this one, so oh well. I like this illustration though, so now I have it. And then another thing that we got, let me get it out of here. So we had been looking for something like this to just buy within America, and we're not able to find quite what we were looking for, and we were able to find this one, so we just went ahead and got it with this order, and it's a little onigiri mold. So excited to have this, and now we're gonna make some onigiri. I mean, I know we could just like use our hands and shape it into a triangle, but I started watching all these reels on Instagram of like onigiri shops that would do like batch onigiri, and they would do it so fast, and they had these little trays, these little mold trays that they would just put the rice in, and then they would push the center in and then do the filling and then do the top, and then it was just so cool. So yeah. So yeah, I'm putting it on the floor, but don't worry, it'll be washed before we actually use it. Okay, and then getting into the books that I got. So 2 of the books in this order are from the series A3. So A3 is an anime series about theater, and I really, really like it. It's one of my top favorite comfort series that I've watched so many times, but they just had their 6th anniversary for the series and released their 6th anniversary book. I do have their first 5 anniversary books. I don't know if you can see behind Kyo. I've got the 5 of them there. So I wanted to get the 6th one. And it usually starts with some character profiles and then has some of the different costumes that the characters wear for their different plays, and then just different illustrations of them in the roles, and really looking forward to going through this. So A3 is also a mobile game, but I haven't played the game at all. I just have watched the 2-season anime. Oh, I love these illustrations. But there are 4 different theater troupes, and these are the different members. I love the art style and the character designs. Very flashy guys, but I was really glad that I knew about this before it was released so that I could plan to get it. I wish it had been released a little earlier so I could have thrown it in my previous order so that I didn't have to make another order, but I was able to get it. And then the other item I got was this issue of Bee's Log, which is a magazine. So I'm not a big magazine collector. I have gotten a few issues of Spoon 2DI. And then you can see a couple on the shelf over here. One from Square Jump because it was released with an art booklet, so I wanted to get it with the art booklet that came with it. And then an issue of Hanato Yume that has a cover illustration of Hawk and Yona from Yona of the Dawn, as well as a drama CD inside. And then, of course, up on my Love of Kill shelf, several Comic Gene issues that have cover illustrations from Love of Kill. So this is my first issue of Bee's Log, though, but I wanted to get it because these two characters that are featured on the cover are two of my favorite characters from the series. And I just absolutely loved the design. I love the little outfits that they're wearing and wanted to be able to get this and have it as something that I can put on display because there isn't a lot from A3 that I can get to have in my collection because it doesn't have a manga series. And I know for events they do have acrylic standees that they will sell for the characters, and there are a lot of characters, so it's like tons and tons of standees, but these are two of my favorite characters. One of them is a salaryman and one of them is a former Yakuza member, so take a guess. Take a guess which is which. But I just love how they look so cozy and kind of soft in this illustration, so really happy to get this one. And also 6th anniversary, I was expecting that there will probably be an article in here talking about the series, maybe some interviews. It looks like it's mainly an article featuring these two characters, so I assume the interviews are with their voice actors or maybe the actors that play those characters for their stage plays. I'm not really sure. But also it looks like, oh my gosh. It looks like it came with a poster as well. Okay, I'm not familiar with this series. Okay. Oh, this is nice. Oh, I love this. So it's the cover illustration, but of course without the text. So I like it. I might try putting it up if my husband doesn't mind. And then the back is the back cover. And again, this is a series. This is another series that I'm not sure what it is, but cool. I didn't know that there was going to be a poster included. Okay, next I have a volume that I literally just read like last week, and it was right before I was going to be consolidating and shipping my order, and I really wanted to just quickly add it to the order because I really enjoyed it, but it isn't available in English. So it is Food Wars featuring Sanji from One Piece. So it's a little spin-off featuring my favorite character from One Piece, but in the style of Food Wars. And the story it's still in the One Piece universe, but then it's with a story written and illustrated by the Food Wars creators. So this series is available digitally in English on the Shonen Jump app. But I wanted to get it in Japanese because I love the illustrations in it. It doesn't look like there are the color illustrations though. No. Like the covers of the chapters leading into the chapters in the app had color illustrations. Sorry, I'm looking for. Okay, so like Oh, it's not in color. No. But it's okay. I really loved these kind of chapter header illustrations that were in color on the Shonen Jump app, and they're black and white in here, but that's okay. But I just thought it was really fun seeing Sanji in this different art style, and then also that the entire volume is just all about him cooking and having different challenges with preparing different dishes and having different obstacles, but I love it. So it's kind of funny after recently reading One Piece that this is the first item in my collection. But I do have some official and unofficial One Piece items on the way, so I'll share those in future haul videos, what I decided to pick up. But again, this is available digitally in English on the Shonen Jump app, and I highly recommend it if you like One Piece, or especially if you like Sanji. And then again, because I had an order open, I decided to get these volumes as well. And it's volumes 28 to 31 of Ashi. So this is a sports series that I really, really like. And it's about soccer. After Haikyuu, Ashi is my next favorite sports series. And I am current with the latest chapters. And I was thrilled about this volume 31 cover because this is my favorite character in the series. He's the coach of the youth team throughout the series, but then the sections in volume 31 and 32 are all about his soccer career as a young adult, so in his early 20s, the experiences he had. And so this is a illustration of young Fukuda, and I'm so happy to have this cover illustration, but then also, I don't want to show any spoilers, but just this content of him in his 20s, just his experiences. Like earlier in the series, it's alluded to a bit here and there about some of his experiences and the teams that he played on, but then in these sections of the story, they really get into it. And then I also really like these covers featuring the main character, Ashito, as well as one of his teammates, and then someone who becomes a mentor character for him. So I do foresee myself just gradually collecting this whole series in Japanese because, I don't know, I feel like it's unlikely that it's going to be licensed in English because I never hear anyone talking about it, and compared to another popular soccer series right now, I feel like if it even did get licensed in English, it would be really overshadowed by that other series. But it's one that I really, really love. It's a seinen series, and I find it really interesting and really fun. But then it also is really realistic in the depictions of soccer being played. I really like the different relationships in it. It's not a huge power of friendship kind of series, but all of the relationships between the different characters are really good. So I'll go grab my other copy. So I do already have 4 volumes of Ashi, but one of the other covers I have is of this same character in his mid-30s. So here he is. I'm just so happy about this. So evidently, I might be going all in without Ashi, so we'll see. And then lastly, I got 2 art books. They're by the same creator, and unfortunately, they're not the same size. I was hoping that they would be, but one is wider and shorter than the other. But this first one is called Tokyo Storefronts, and this has been on my radar for a little while, ever since my friend Cadence ordered this same art book and featured it in a haul video. But it just is so interesting. I've never been to Japan, but I just love the different designs for, like it says, storefronts, Tokyo storefronts. And I believe that these are designs based on real places, so that's so interesting to me. And I'm really looking forward to just kind of slowly going through and looking at everything. I feel like this is kind of like a coffee table book where you could just like have it out and just go through it whenever and just enjoy the illustrations. But I'm just really happy that I found out about this. I just really like looking at stuff like this. And it looks like it's broken into different areas. Each section is a different area, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it's following this train line. That's cool. And there have been some notes. Chapter 5. There have been some notes with where the storefronts are located. There have been some notes of some that were demolished, but they were able to capture them here. Oh, cool. And then a little reference, some reference material in the back about drawing these. So as you can see, there's text on every page, probably details about either the store or information about the, ooh, I didn't realize when I was flipping through, but it looks like it is in Japanese as well as in English, so that's really neat. I'll be able to actually go through and read about them. Wonder if this is the cover. Oh, wow. And then a little sketch version. Look at this. Wow. Oh, that's too cool. So this is inside the desk jacket. Wow. That is neat. Thanks, Cadence, for getting this and putting it on your YouTube channel so that I could find out about it. Very cool. I don't know, and then this super red OB, I probably will leave it off. And then when I was looking at that art book, I found this one as well by the same artist. This looks like it's a dust jacket. Okay. Well, that's a nice obi. But it's called Tokyo at Night, and there were some images online. Okay, this one's more simple compared to the other one as far as like underneath the obi and dust jacket. But there were some images online, and oh, this one looks like it has the Japanese and then in English. So how cool that this is a Japanese book, but it has everything translated, even the table of contents. Wow. But this one is also illustrations, but of different shots and angles of the city. Obviously, Tokyo at night. So night shots of the city, but then as illustrations. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this where I can kind of share them. And then again, the little captions are in Japanese and in English, so very cool. Oh, but I just love this. This is so pretty. Just like very simple neighborhoods or businesses. Sidewalks and streets, parking lots. Bridges. Underpasses. This is just pretty. This is just really cool. But I'm really glad that I just kind of stumbled upon this one. I was able to just kind of throw it in with the other one. But again, looks like there might have been some interviews. Yeah, some interviews, and then kind of some reference material. Ooh. And again, it's written in Japanese and English, so that's very cool. Oh, I'm really excited about this. I had intended with both of these art books to just enjoy the illustrations, but very cool. Now I can enjoy the illustrations as well as all of the text in there as well, but artworks of this person. I don't know, that looks like a Polish name, but maybe they live or travel in Japan. But this is everything this time around. A couple art books, magazine, anniversary book, acrylic charm, print, onigiri mold, and then some Japanese manga. So again, this isn't very much, and it's not that heavy to have cost what it did. I don't even want to say how much the shipping was, but it was more than double my last order and the one before and the one before. I went back through my history and I'm just like still shocked. So I have been pretty consistently using Buyee for my purchases from Japan, mainly because I like ordering things from Mercari Japan that I can't buy new, so I have to find them secondhand. I do have another proxy service that I have already ordered a few things to that I've been told has really reasonable shipping prices. So I'm really curious how that's going to go with consolidating and shipping that order. But even if I have a good experience with them, I'm not going to be able to make my Mercari Japan purchases through them because it's a proxy service that just will give you a Japanese address and then you go onto sites and make your own purchases. But because it's not compatible with Mercari Japan, I am planning on trying a different proxy service this summer because there are some new Love of Kill illustrations that are going to be released as prints in July that I was not able to get a hold of when they were being sold new. So I am intending to just hunt them all down on Mercari Japan, but then I'm going to be trying out a different proxy service this time. So we'll see how it goes. Of course, when I get all of those in the coming months, I will be showing the unboxings and talking about how I felt about the ease of use on those proxy service sites, as well as how everything was packaged. And I'll make sure to share like the costs as well. Not like how much things actually cost, but how things like the shipping compared to Buyee, as well as the different fees. So you can look forward to that in future videos, but this is everything this time around. I'm really happy with everything, so I'm just gonna put it out of my mind that the shipping was kind of ridiculous, because it is what it is and I can't change anything. But really happy about having all these new items and the fact that they're all in good condition. So I would have been really upset if it was expensive and things were damaged, but everything looked just fine. So hope you enjoyed watching as I unboxed everything and kind of flipped through a little bit. But again, just really excited to have these things and to be able to go through them later. So again, thank you for watching, and see you again in another video.